All right, so just checking that we're recording. Yeah. All right, so today is May 27th, 2022. I haven't recorded recaps in a while. I've been trading, but I was away on vacation for 2 weeks, and a lot has happened in that time. I put most of my recaps in my Discord and also on my Instagram. So if you are interested, the Instagram page is, I think I put that earlier, is GDay Trades. Yeah, so I put all my sort of breakdowns in there, and the reasons why I enter, exit, and all that kind of stuff. But all right, anyway, let's talk about yesterday and today's trading. Both very interesting days, and I will sort of go over what's been happening in the market. As you can see, we have a wedge bottom, had a nice double bottom here. This is the daily chart, by the way, and we had a nice bull. I actually mentioned to a few friends, I was like, we're probably going to get a bull surprise, and we have a bull surprise so far over the last 2 days. So this is a good sign that we will probably come up here and test this trend line here, which is just basically an extension of this line copied up here. We have a gap here as well between this low and this high, so bulls really need to come and close that gap, and prices could go a bit higher. That's the daily chart. We also have we have some weekly levels as well, which were magnets today, but we'll talk about that when we come into the recaps here. We had last week's high round about here. I think I marked it on today's recap. No, I took it off. But anyway, last week's high was round about here, and that again is another target for that was a target for the bulls. All right, so to this day, pre-market or Globex, the Globex level was round about here, and I was looking for a short. And the reason why was I looked at this and I saw we had a wedge top. So this is this previous day here, this particular day I'm recapping. So we had a wedge top here, one pullback, two pullback, three. So I assumed that it had gone parabolic. So I thought, okay, well, if we break, let me actually just check the actual level. So if we just track my cursor there, so we opened up around about here, and as you can see, we rallied really strongly to this level here. So I thought at the close of that candle, I would take a short, and I didn't actually wait for a signal short. I actually just took a short, which is weird because later on I realized we're way above the moving average. I thought it was a very unsustainable rally. As a result, I took a short. I don't know why I have these markers here because I think this was from trading pre-market, but I took a short here, as you can see. Took another one here, got out around here, I think, and I went long. I hedged with an NQ or MNQ contract. So essentially, when I took this short and we're still going higher, I realized we already had a buy the close rally, and chances that we could go even higher. But I saw this wedge top form. Once we broke out the wedge top, I got out. But I already was in a long position with my MNQ, so I just used that to cover all the losses that I made between these two levels. I stayed, then I think I went long here again, and I got out over here because I realized we'd already formed this wedge. Got out just at the close of this bar. Didn't really take another, oh yeah, then I took this trade high to buy over here and got out here. And I think at the time, I think I assumed that we had two legs up already. We're probably going to go sideways. Didn't expect us to actually form a wedge here. And I just kind of watched the market, and then we had this final top here, which was three legs up, one, two, three, and from there went sideways. Kind of waited for a while, saw this drop, went sideways a bit, saw this wedge top, didn't do anything, drop here. I actually bought this because I thought, okay, we have a double bottom here, but I also was ready to buy this low anyway, which is what I marked. So I first bought this based on this, bought this low with a limit order, went sideways, very bad follow through by the bears, bulls. Took another drop here, went even higher, wasn't ready to, and by the way, my stop was here, or was it here, one of these levels, and then bought this here as well. So I was in two positions, average price around about here, and held that into the next day. My exit, well actually, yeah, my exit was, I'm not sure why I have this here, it looks as I shorted. My exit was probably here somewhere in pre-market, or possibly around the open. Actually, it was here. I remember I marked it. Globex high was my exit, and that's why I got the exit over there today. All right, so today was similar, but this time I decided that I was not going to do what I did previous day. I remember having looked at the hourly chart. I realized that we broke out above the wedge, so chances are we're going higher. Had a very strong breakout, pull back, so I said we had a gap up above yesterday's high, so chances are we're going to rally strongly again, and it will be another high. Took this line from here to here, extended it, and made a copy all the way up here, so I knew this would be at least some area of resistance, and that's exactly what happened. We rallied pretty strongly, and as you can see, that's exactly what happened here. Anyway, went long here after the close. Actually did not wait for the bar to close. I think about 10 seconds to the close I went long. Stop low of day, held, got out here. Now why did I get out? Because I think at the time I thought, okay, this is a wedge, 1, 2, possibly 3 here, so I didn't want to wait for the third high. I thought we were going to a trading range, and maybe I had missed the third, and I thought maybe this is 1, 2, and maybe this is the third high. So I got out the third because I saw this coming down. And then I saw that we're going up again, and I thought, oh shoot. Then I bought here out of FOMO, really not a good plan. Bought here, FOMO, stop again down here. Held through this, bought this low because I thought we were going to have a double bottom here. So bought this low, went lower, bought again over here. Actually was intending on buying this low, but anyway, held till this bar closed, bought this close, and then scaled out here, and then held and got out completely over here. And then kind of waited for the rest of the market, and I think this kind of frazzled me, the fact that I was in such high risk. Did want to hold a bit longer, but I just did not like the fact that I bought at the top, and it just kind of took my whole concentration away. As you can see, we tested the moving average, which was a really good buy. My issue was if we came up here, came back down, we're definitely going to break the moving average and possibly come down. Now, the reason why I thought that was in my head, I thought, well, we've hit resistance here, we're probably coming down, falling back, go sideways and go up. I knew we were probably going to go sideways, but I wasn't sure whether it was going to be a pullback sideways like this, or whether it was just going to be that. And I wasn't to know. Anyway, so we went sideways. As you can see, we formed a triangle. Just go. And again, today's Friday, so oh yeah, last week's I was talking about Friday. So weekly support resistance very important. We tested this close here, over here, and we tested this close here. Had a nice triangle here, double bottom and head and shoulders bottom, double top rather, head and shoulders bottom. Tested the moving average over here, bought over here, and then bought again over here. Okay, it says I shorted and shorted. Oh, okay. Yeah, that is what happened. I did short. So I shorted. I went long here first of all. Got out here. I went long. I'm not sure why I got out so early, but anyway, I shorted here and I shorted here. And the reason why I took this short was just basically because I thought this was not going to work out. But you have a head and shoulders bottom, I thought it was going to fail, and we're probably going lower to test this moving average, but that wasn't to be. So what I did also was I went on MNQ, and I went long as a hedge for this, as I did earlier here. And as I noticed we're going higher, I got out just over here and carried on MNQ till it got to sort of the high. So I actually made money on that because it was a lot more than this. Tested the moving average over here, because you can see we have a wedge top over here. We actually went even higher, so this technically is a wedge top because you have one high, second high, and then this is the third high above that high. So technically this could be classed as wedge. A credible sell below here, but obviously we found value at the moving average and went higher as a result. Really nice rally. Then we now completed this wedge. Price should go lower here. Nice credible sell here for a wedge bottom test. Double top over here, tested moving average, and instead we went above the wedge. As you can see, measurement targets all achieved, and pretty much exact. So today was relatively, and yesterday was relatively very good day. Relatively very good days, and hopefully we'll see what happens. Maybe we may gap up next week. Who knows? Alright, so I will do recaps then.